But discounting your services or lowering your prices isn't going to make it fucking easier. You have to go the hard way. You have to take the longer route, which is building the belief that access to you is valuable and will collapse time for your potential clients.
You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in.
Hey guys, what is up? It is Jill here, and I'm actually here with Ruby right now. She's sitting in my lap, getting all cuddly. She was out in the living room with her dad, but then she whined at my office door. This dog is obsessed with me, which I'm honestly not mad about because Hugo is very obsessed with my husband. So I'm happy that I have a little doggy that's obsessed with me now. I love it. How are we? We are in December, which is fucking crazy, and I'm really excited for this episode today. I am riding the high that I always do whenever I release a new offer, and last week I actually dropped my masterclass, Imposter to Icon, and it was fucking incredible. The feedback I got was so great, and this masterclass was specifically about overcoming imposter syndrome, so going from who am I to do this to no one can fucking do it like me. You guys know that I am the imposter syndrome queen. I'm the mindset queen. So whenever I do a smaller offer like this, it's always super exciting for me because I can just go in on like the fraction of the information that I know around imposter syndrome and what it's doing to your business. So the whole point of it being imposter to icon is, again, going from who am I to do this to no one can fucking do it like me, so you can build an iconic brand that gets you paid. So the thing about being an icon is it's almost a necessity inside of the online space. Like seeing yourself as an icon is a necessity to become one. You have to be known for what you do. To build an iconic brand, you have to be widely known and recognized. You have to be seen as somebody who has a unique expertise in this industry. And that comes from sharing your thoughts, sharing your opinions, standing in your power about what you believe and what you think, and seeing your methods, your coaching, the way that you do things as invaluable to your potential client. And you cannot do any of that when you struggle with imposter syndrome. You cannot do that when you struggle with that feeling of not feeling good enough. You'll hold yourself back. You'll silence your voice, your image. You'll shy away when it comes to sharing any kind of content at all. And I've been coaching hundreds of women over the past 6 years to overcome imposter syndrome so they can step into the business that they want, fully and completely own who they are, and make money because of it. And that is what's going down in the Imposter to Icon Masterclass. You're also going to learn the 3 pillars of an iconic brand, and something that I've been implementing with every single one of my clients, and that has got them to 5K months, 10K months, 15K months, 20K months. So it's only $33 up until the end of 2024. I'm not going to be raising it up until December 31st, and then it is going up to $111 on my website. So as soon as that $33 payment hits, you'll get immediate access to the masterclass because it's already recorded. It was already sent out. So you can head to the link in my show notes and snatch that up for just $33. And when you're ready to make 5K months your bare minimum in your business, it's time for you to come into the From Imposter to Empowered program, okay? One of my clients joined, and within just a couple of weeks, we were doing some serious cleaning up of her messaging and how she was selling and showing up. We revamped a lot of it because she was focusing on things that like people would think are nice but wouldn't pay for, right? So if you're selling things like an audit or like, oh, I'm gonna help you like create a budget or something like that, These things are nice, but they're not what somebody is going to pay high ticket for. We also did a lot of work on her negative self-talk and her mindset because she was going into every day feeling stressed out, anxious about her business, thinking, can I really do this? And she signed a 4-figure intensive client within just a couple of weeks of being inside the From Imposter to Empowered program, which I'm not surprised. As soon as anybody comes into this container, they're blown away by the curriculum from start to finish. It covers how to show up online, how to be consistent, how to be emotionally resilient inside of your business, how to create content that converts, and how to make sales inside of your business. Basically, all of the foundations, okay? And this program, I swear to God, is all you need to hit 5K months consistently. And I know that there are so many fucking fence sitters who have heard me talk about the From Imposter to Empowered program forever, and you're still on the fence. So let me tell you, you will never make the money that you want to make when you're sitting on the fence. You're going to watch everybody else do the things that are meant for you if you do not move. So this is your sign. 2025 is coming in hot. Don't go another fucking second, another week, another day, or another year not creating the profitable online business that you're actually capable of. Not what your imposter syndrome is telling you that you're capable of. You are capable of so much more than you even realize, and you'll realize it inside of the From Imposter to Empowered program. So head to the link in my show notes and pull the trigger. Come and work with us for 6 months inside of the From Imposter to Empowered program for just $5.97 a month. You'll get the Slack community where I'm in there 2 times a week coaching you. You'll get the curriculum. You'll get the 2 hot seat coaching calls a month and client events such as workshops, content parties, and breathwork sessions. Okay? I will see you in there. And now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. So for our honeymoon back in the end of October to November, on the way home, we actually flew first class, and it was obviously an incredible experience. Like, whenever I've flown first class, I am always just so blown away by the service and the comfort and just how flying first class feels. It's so seamless. It's such an elite feeling, which is obviously how it's supposed to feel, right? So when I was answering questions in my broadcast channel on Instagram recently, someone asked how to go about selling one-to-one coaching. And the way that I compare one-to-one coaching is how I compare flying economy to flying first class, right? You need to see your one-to-one coaching services as flying first class, but half the time people are selling their one-to-one coaching as if it's a fucking seat in economy, right? You're not saying that your clients won't get to the destination, but you're half-assing it because you don't have the belief and certainty that one-to-one coaching, that having access to you is like flying first fucking class for your client. When you think about somebody having one-to-one access to you, what comes up for you, like right this second? Because for me, I know that they're going to get the most elite experience because they get 100% of my attention, of my hands on their messaging, on their content, on their mindset, on all of the things that they need. They get my 100% undivided attention on that. And personalization is what fucking sells. Okay, so for example, last week, one of my clients and I did a very intense session where I used subconscious mind tools to help uncover an old lifetime of hers. And this is kind of woo, but I am woo. I do the inner work, I do the mindset work, I do the subconscious mind work, but I am also very like strategy driven, logical, right brained. So you can do both. You can have both. And this is like a big piece of the coaching that I do. It's not just like, okay, we're going to sit down and we're going to do the strategy. A lot of it is the mindset. A lot of it is the subconscious mind tools, because those are the things that actually drive our action. So she was holding on to this belief that she couldn't really pinpoint where the fuck it was coming from, but like it felt different. It felt like it was fucking weighing her down. Okay, so when we used neurolinguistic programming to uncover this old lifetime, specifically, it was a witch wound from a past life. It was causing her a lot of pain, turmoil, and stress, and she couldn't figure out why she was so triggered by certain situations, and it was coming up a lot for her. Okay, so like I said, I was able to use subconscious mind tools, and we were able to uncover her witch wound and essentially release it. And now she can continue to act on the things that we have set out for her to make the money that she wants to make, to sign clients, and she's not going to feel weighed down by this belief anymore. The emotions from that belief are essentially gone. So you don't get that kind of support in a group, right? Like, and this is coming from someone who frequently talks about her groups. Like, I have the From Imposter to Empowered program. It's incredible. I also have the Real Deal Mastermind. That is also incredible. I love my group containers so much, but you don't get that kind of hands-on, like, intense support like you do in one-to-one coaching. There is a reason why one-to-one coaching is always more elite and more of an investment, and that's because the intention and attention are 100% on you as the client. And that's also what your potential clients deserve. They deserve to have 100% of your attention when they have it. Okay? Just like any offer, your offer is what's collapsing time for them. You are collapsing time between them and their goals. You are offering a service that allows for more hands-on, more direct contact so your clients can get results faster. And something that I don't want to glaze over here, probably the biggest hang up that you're having, is that your potential clients are not going to see access to you as insanely valuable until you see access to you as insanely valuable. You have to see the expertise you have, the experience you have, the tools you can provide, the support, the coaching, and the service that you provide as insanely valuable to your potential clients. This goes for absolutely any offer that you sell, but especially your one-to-one coaching. You have to believe that you are adding value to their lives and that access to your brain, the way that you think, and the things that you know are reason enough for someone to decide to work with you one-to-one. There are a lot of people that get caught up when they struggle with imposter syndrome or self-doubt. They try to sell one-to-one coaching while already feeling like they're not enough. They think, what if I scam somebody? What if I don't get the result? They're paying me all this money and it's a scary thing. But it comes down to the fact that the person just doesn't have the belief that access to them is valuable. They don't believe that access to their brain in collaboration with the potential client and their goals is going to make an impact. But discounting your services or lowering your prices isn't going to make it fucking easier. You have to go the hard way. You have to take the longer route, which is building the belief that access to you is valuable and will collapse time for your potential clients. And a way that you can start doing this is by reminding yourself, firstly, of your accomplishments, of all the things that make up who you are as a coach or a service provider. You did not just fucking come into the space and be like, I just decide to coach because I want to coach on this thing. Like, you're here because you actually have experience and you're probably just not giving yourself the credit where credit is fucking due. And when you think about past experiences, past clients, if you've had any, your own accomplishments, any education or any certifications, if you actually were to put all of these things on paper, like every single fucking one of them, you'd be like, holy shit, I am so qualified. I know what I'm talking about. And a lot of the time people don't even take the time to do that, especially when you struggle with imposter syndrome. It's very easy to discount or discredit past experiences, even something that happened yesterday. For example, I have clients whose clients get results one week and then the next week they're still thinking, I don't think this offer is good enough. I don't think my clients are getting results because it's not happening right that fucking second, even though their clients literally got results last week, right? Like, you really need to objectively see your past accomplishments and the things you've done, the things you've achieved, everything that has accumulated to get you here to sell this service. You have to see it as worthy, and it's worthy of repeating to yourself and reminding yourself of over and over and over again. You also want to reaffirm to yourself the impact that your work is going to have on this potential client. And this can be hard for a lot of people, so always think about it in terms of emotional, mental, physical, and financial impact. For those of you who don't have a financial impact to your work, perhaps you're a relationship coach or a life coach, I still want you to indulge yourself here because there are so many ripple effects to the work that you do. This does not mean that you need to zero in on this as a financial impact, and you will only do that if you think people only care about the money, blah, 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 but that is not true. It's how you talk about it, and it's the importance that you put on the results that your clients are getting. So emotionally, they're going to become so much more resilient, right? Like, that can be a result. And then take it a step further in terms of what results are going to come about because they're more resilient. What experiences are they going to have that are going to show that they're resilient, right? They'll be able to handle emotions that come up with people in their lives, emotions that are very normal when running a business, if that's relevant to you. they're going to release shame and guilt, allowing them to live more freely and unapologetically, and then go into experiences that those things would come in handy for, right? It's going to have a direct impact on their content, a direct impact on their sales, how they show up. And if I'm thinking of something in terms of the physical, the inner work, self-talk, and all the mindset work we're doing, it's inevitably going to have an impact on their nervous system. It will influence how they sleep at night. It will affect their self-care. Maybe they start to go to Pilates more. There's tons of things, there's tons of experiences that you can start to pull from when you start to notice what the mental, emotional, financial, and physical impacts your work has. Okay? But here's the thing, okay? Like, you're obviously not going to go on and on about every single impact every single time you sell, right? Obviously, you're going to focus on a certain area that it impacts and the experiences around that, blah, blah, blah. But just knowing these things and reminding yourself of these things, like, this is for you to realize that your work has such a direct ripple effect on your clients' lives, way more than you even realize. And you'll probably start to come up with a ton of content ideas as well. When you have the belief that what you're doing has such a deep impact on your potential clients, when you actually believe that, you show up with way more power. You show up with more specific and refined messaging, and you're more believable when you sell your offers because it's truly coming from inside of you. It's coming from the belief that you have. And I always say that low self-worth is so fucking loud. And that's because if you're not shouting from the rooftops about how good you are and how you can help your clients, there is something emotional, something funky happening with your belief or lack thereof. Access to you and working with you in any capacity is like flying first class, and you need to start treating it like that. Like, one-to-one, people getting that kind of access to you, it's incredible, and you really need to see it as such. And once you do, your one-to-one spots will inevitably fill up as soon as you lean into this. Lean in hard to the fact that you know so much, you've accomplished so much, experienced so much, and you can truly help somebody. When you get out of your own way and see your work as worthy and valuable, especially your one-to-one support, that is when everything changes, and it's absolutely worthy of being compensated well for. And another thing, please don't discount your one-to-one coaching. So for example, during Black Friday, instead of discounting my one-to-one coaching, I offered an 8-week one-to-one coaching sprint for my clients. And I did this because I know how fucking valuable it is for my clients to have all of me to themselves on Telegram, on our calls, and with all the resources that they receive. It really is like flying first class. And once you believe that, you'll have no problem selling out your one-to-one coaching spots. Selling high ticket is my fucking jam, and that is primarily what we focus on inside of the From Imposter to Empowered program. This is where you'll not only become the best version of yourself, but you'll also build a foundation inside of your business for consistent 5K months so you can go on to create 10K months and beyond. But first, you need to get those foundations in place, and that's exactly what we build in the From Imposter to Empowered program. So again, when you join for 6 months at $597 a month, and this includes access to a Slack community where I drop in for coaching twice a week, 2 hot seat coaching calls a month, workshops, client content parties, breathwork sessions, and of course, the amazing mindset and marketing curriculum. So come join us before the year is up so you can start 2025 in a completely different place. The link is in my show notes for that, as well as the Imposter to Icon masterclass, which is only $33. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Hey babe, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Screenshot it and put it on your stories and tag me at your coach Jill. And if you really love me, you'll rate and review the podcast. And if you screenshot it before you submit the review and send it to me, I will send you a free gift on me. If you want to take this work deeper, come and work with me in the From Imposter to Empowered program or the Real Deal Mastermind. And finally, if you want just a snippet of my work to feel what it's like to be in my world, then you need to buy my best-selling book, You're Not Special, and you can get that on Amazon. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next week.